let us go back to our discussion, as I'm going again to go back to our one of our suggested authors. So one of the textbook author is White and McGregor. So this one is McCormack and Brown. Okay, so you can pick or any other. So even if you have what? Even if you have a Filipino author, but use the textbook. Do not use the reviewer. Okay, you can use the reviewer, but that is only for supplementary or complementary. You still have to have a textbook. Reviewer is for board exam only, no? So you need to pass the board exam, so you need to what? To study those reviewer, okay? That is the purpose of reviewer. But reviewers will not help you to become a good civil engineer in your job. The reviewers will help you to pass the board exam. Maybe, no, maybe. Okay? But you need the textbook, because here in the textbook they are we will going to use real life what? Rules and regulation. What are the real life rules and regulation that are being followed by engineers? National Building Code. We will use National Structural Code of the Philippines. We will use American Concrete Institute. Okay? So those are real things that a real engineer would follow in real career, in real work, in real job. Okay? Okay, and those may not be included in the board exam, but they are actually more important because they are job related, no? For example, if you design something, you have to follow the standards and codes. Okay? Actually, the board exam would always have a minimum of 5 years, 10 years late in terms of code. Okay? That is how the board exam works. The board exam will not give you the latest code, the latest requirement in real life, because they will what? They will give you some time to digest, give you some time to what? To learn about it, because they are expecting you as a student. They are not expecting you as a professional yet. That's why it is a board exam. That's why, for example, as an example, there are 3 codes in my time. When I am taking the board exam, there are already 3 codes. 2001, 2010, and 2015. So something like that. Okay? The codes that are being followed. And in the board exam, they are only using the 2001 and 2010. They did not use the 2015 yet. Okay? Because they will use it maybe after you graduate. Maybe the 2015 code will be used in 2025 or 2024, wherein you are now going to take your board exam. Okay, so about 9 or 10 years, that is the lead time. Okay? However, if an engineer is doing his or her job, if the code released 2015, 2016, immediately engineers will use it. Okay? Immediately. As soon as the code is released, we have to use it in our design. Okay? That is a difference. That is a difference. That's why you need textbook also. Not only the The coverage of reviewers is very limited because they are what? They are just statistically list all the types of problems that are usually being given in the board exam. What about those topics that are not being given in the board exam? There are plentiful of them. That's why, that is the reason why we take review, because review centers have the listings of topics of those who are usually being given in the board exam. They know those topics that are not becoming important in the board exam, but all of the topics that are under the structural engineering will be important to us, right? Not important to board exam. Right? So that is what we meant by having your reviewer as a support or complementary material to textbook. Okay, understood? You can even take a look at this, for example, this author as a very good introduction to the topic. Okay, sample. So these are the following topic. Introduction, flexural analysis beams, strength analysis, design, analysis and design of T-beams, double reinforced beam, serviceability, bond, development lengths and splices, shear and diagonal tension. So very, very holistic approach by this author. Shear and diagonal tension, and then talking about columns, okay, short columns, slender column, talking about footings. So in our case, we will not talk about footings. So in this new curriculum given by CHED, footings is not a topic for PRPC. Okay? It is on another subject, on another course. They created another one. I think they created the course on foundation, and this is one of the topic on the foundation. Okay. We will not actually, I think we will not go through retaining walls. So there are plenty of things that we will not take. We will mostly take, and even if we take these major topics, we will not go and delve into the details and the deeper discussion of this or problem solving of this. We will just take a look and summarize on the basics. Okay? That is what we are going to do as suggested by the policies and standard of CHED. Okay, so we will not also talk about masonry. Okay, we will stop at prestressed concrete. Prestressed concrete. Okay, we will not even have the discussion of what seismic design or earthquake engineering. We will not have the chance to take on a strat and time method. This strat and time method is oftentimes being used by real life engineers in their real life problem solving in design. And they usually use it to analyze, specify an engineering plan and submit it to city engineer's office for approval. Okay? So these are being used. No? So those are some of the things that I would like you to know. And therefore, if you are going to take a look in your own favorite author, you can and if you are your own favorite author, sir, this is the one being used by this school and this review center, you can suggest if you want that textbook. Okay, let's use that. Okay. So it doesn't matter, no. Okay. We will just follow the CHED regulation, but any authors will do. Okay, and therefore another assignment is for you to have a copy of textbook, not reviewer. Okay, so I am not against reviewer. You will need that. You will need that, and actually, it's better for you to have also that. But that is not my assignment. My assignment is for you to get hold of a copy of a textbook. Okay. Reviewer is only for problem solving. Problem solving. That is the focus of reviewer. And therefore, reviewer is actually gain importance after you graduate. After you graduate, you will have to review. But now, this is first view, non-review. This is your first view of the course, okay? Not review, so it's not yet helpful to you. What is the thing that will help us really is a copy of a textbook. So, engineering plan is for this course. I will think of another requirement for steel design. No? So, we'll have because much of the engineering plans are actually reinforced concrete. Okay? I think only industrial plants are steel. Okay? But industrial, mostly they are being submitted to, for example, PESA, because industrial plants are there in the export processing zone, in the manufacturing plants. So they are being handled by different agency. Unlike engineering plants, you can go to by group. You can go to to city hall of different municipality and ask for a copy. They have plenty of extra copies because we engineers are submitting so many copies. For example, the minimum number of copies for submission and approval is six copies. 6 copies of the same thing. Okay, same copies of the same thing, and therefore there are about 2 or 3 copies left on city engineer's office, and then therefore you can ask from the city hall, "Sir, ma'am, where is the city engineer's office? I would like to ask for a copy of engineering plan." But sometimes they will not give you. Sometimes they will just let you copy, Xerox copy or photocopy. Okay. Okay, so take hold of the original and then go to the copying machine, and then you have to get hold of your own copy before returning the borrowed engineering plan. Okay, so and it also depends on the city engineer. So that's why I'm telling you, you can look for any municipality and cities because there are city engineers who are helpful. There are city engineers who are not so much helpful. Okay. Okay. What is this, Kapulo?
Sir, if ever po na, kunyari po nagpo kami ng grupo na magpupunta po sa City Hall tapos makahingi po kami ng engineering plan. Okay lang po ba kunyari po isang engineering plan lang po yung nakuha namin? 5 na po kami doon. Parang pare-parehas po kami.
You are not listening. I already explained that. Okay. So I explained that already. So that's why you have to listen, everybody, so that we cannot go round and round and repeat several times. And that's why we are also recording so that you can listen to this recording later on. Okay? What I've said about that. That I also allow, sometimes I allow groups. Why? So take hold of the recording. I will post it. I will create a new playlist for specifically for this course because this is new course. I will post these videos so that you can again, if you need to, repeatedly watch these videos. Okay. Okay, so that is very important because even if you are listening, a very simple distraction, For example, there is a cat walking by your side and you just catch your attention. So, and therefore, it is understandable. But since I already explained it, you can just watch the video. Okay. Any other question? Okay, so let us continue. But that is just okay. Unlike one of the CET student, I think this IT automotive or immediately after you express yourself verbally, the same question will go back to you. For example, one of the teachers said, our submission is next week. And then one of that student will immediately ask, sir, do we need to submit next week? The teacher just explained it 3 seconds ago. Okay, so let's be conscious about our priorities. Okay, our priorities. So you are not like that. I did not observe anything similar with you, but I'm just saying there are students who are like that. Okay? I'm just saying. And for you to be able to pass the course, we have plenty of criteria. Okay, plenty of criteria. You have your, of course, attendance, you have co-recitation or class participation. Okay, so I will determine it who participates or do not participate on my own perspective. Okay, I do not need your perspective. I am the one responsible for this. Okay, what do I mean by this? Sir, I am participating. I don't know. In your own point of view, in your opinion, you are participating. But in my point of view, you are lacking participation. Okay? So, again, this is similar to what? To a referee in basketball, for example. There are plenty of people who are watching the basketball and they said, Mr. Referee, why are you not calling the foul? Because the referee did not see it directly. Okay, there are blind spots. There are blind spots. And even though the referee did not see it directly, still the referee will what? Will do his responsibility to evaluate. Okay? So that is what I meant. No? I will not argue if you say it's foul or not. I will not argue, but I will make a decision as a referee or as a judge. Okay? As a judge, for example, of a singing contest. Okay? So it depends on your perspective and my perspective. And my perspective is the one responsible for giving you a grade. Okay? Okay? As a teacher, that is a teacher's responsibility. Okay? Oh, is there talaga namang nagpa-participate? Okay, you can give yourself a grade. But I will give you also a grade. Okay? So that is actually what is happening in the basketball court. Okay? So the referee will instruct the officials table of what happened, and all the audience will also shout at the officials table. But where do you think the officials table will listen to? To the responsible person. And that is the teacher, because the teacher are installed, the teacher are given those responsibilities by the school. So let's give some respect to the teacher. No? I am not saying the teachers are always correct, because the judges, the referee are not always correct. It depends on the point of view. There are blind spots, there are other reasons, there are plentiful of reasons. Okay? Okay? But to question the teacher why you have only that grade is out of respect. Disrespect. That is a disrespect. Okay? Okay? Do you follow? So we have participation, attendance. For example, you are attending my class, but I feel, and in some instances, I really get to that. You are just opening your Zoom. You are not actually listening. It is my decision making as a teacher to give you an absent. Oh, well, this is a college. We are preparing you for real life. This is not high school wherein you can only turn on your Zoom and do other things. This is real. Huh? This is real. Many of us, many of our students are working and just turning on the Zoom while doing other things. This is reality. Okay? And getting abused by some, but if I give you absences, or else, I can do it. Okay. Okay. Sir, I have perfect attendance. Okay. I agree for your perfect attendance. But I think your perfect attendance is just turning on your Zoom. Okay? So what do I mean by this? These are the guidelines for teacher, but these are not fixed, and these are not required to be, for example, 15%, 15%. The teacher can adjust this because the teacher has a academic freedom to do this. Okay? I am telling you, I know the teacher's responsibility and the job of a teacher. Please take care of your future. I am giving your future an importance. Give your own future an importance. Okay? So what I'm asking you is just follow instruction, and by following my instruction, I think I know that you will learn something that you will need in your future, or even in your board exam, in your career. Okay. Activities like that, no? Project, assignment, no? So we will try to do it. Try to do it. Okay. So because I have plentiful of encounter. I'm not my own not only my own experience, but I am hearing several students complaining to their own professor. I am thinking it's not right. It's not right. It is disrespect, no? It's disrespect. I am fair to my student. I am very fair because we need fairness. Okay, so but to disrespect teachers is not correct. Correct. Okay. So essentially, so this is how you will get your passing grade. So you will have midterm grade and final period grade. And midterm grade, final period grade accumulated into one final grade. So final period, midterm period become a final grade. Okay. Quizzes like this, no? And I am personally usually late in submission of grade because I am actually trying to fairly mark your attendance, to fairly mark your recitation or participation, to fairly mark your quizzes, to fairly mark your assignment. Okay? That's my own. I am not responsible for other teachers who may not be doing so. Okay? I don't know. So that is the difference between teacher, because not all judges, not all referee, basketball referee are the same. There are good basketball referee, there are bad. Okay? And there are good judges and there are bad judges. Okay? So, for example, boxing judge. there are boxing judges' decisions that are totally questionable, but still, we are respecting those. Imagine million of pesos of prize money for a wrong decision by judges, and still they are respecting that decision. Okay? Questionable decision. And even our own hero, Manny Pacquiao, are the recipient of so many unfavorable decisions by those judges. Unfavorable decision. I'm not campaigning for Manny Pacquiao, but that is true. In boxing, there are several instances that Manny Pacquiao should win, and because of judges' decision, he was not. He lost. Okay? So that is a responsibility. And what will happen to that? Still, the decision remains the same. Okay? Still, Manny Pacquiao got what? 9 losses, I think. He has 9 losses in his whole career, I think. So, okay. Any question? Any other question? So that's all for this orientation.
Sir, excuse po.
Okay.
Sir, may nagpapatanong po, ano daw po, kailan daw po yung meeting ng mga may INC daw po?
Again, I will just post the details. Probably after the election. After the election, because anything that the teacher would do right now would be construed as electioneering. Okay, so I am for myself, I am very conscious with that, because I don't need to be accused of anything that I'm not. So, if I get, for example, submit this, submit that, do this, do that, I will not ask favor, but some people may construe it as asking favor. Submit this, submit that. Some people may construe it as asking favor. For what? For election purposes? For so if you don't know what is the rule for INC, you need to complete it as soon as possible. However, I have yet to, because the INC, the number of students are more than, I think more than 10, or more than 10. So if the number of students is 1 or 2, I can give immediately the work. And if the work to be done is divided by, for example, 20, very little work. So what is the use? No? What is the use? Okay, you are INC because I want you to learn more. I want you to be at the same level as those who are not incomplete, or those who are pass. So those who pass the course has a certain level of knowledge. Okay? So those INC, I want you to learn in such a way that I can say that you are on the same level. And also, that is the call for fairness. No? So if all of the students will get a passing grade, even if some of them are not deserving, Okay. What's the use? What's the use of a referee? What is the use of a basketball referee if there is no rules? Everybody can shoot the ball. Everybody can dribble. Everybody can foul. And what's the use? Okay, so but as soon as possible you have to complete it, but up to 1 year. So the time frame for completion of incomplete is 1 year. From day 1 to day 365. So you can just what take a look at the we have a new what bulletin board. I can post the announcement there. Okay. On the bulletin board, I can post, for example, on the what GC. Okay. No. Okay. So you can take now the last, the end screenshot. So take the ending screenshot, and we are through. Any question about the subjects of pre-stressed concrete and the reinforced concrete? So design. So design is something we are going to compute. Okay. It is clearer when I will give you some of the sample later on. And it would be even clearer if I give an example of analysis so that you can compare what do we mean by design and analysis. Daniela, screenshot mo na.
Okay na lang po ng cam. Thank you.
So, while you are taking the shot, so
Game 1, 2, 3, 4.